Hi, I'm Peter Andresen with Andresen and Associates, and it's time for a little Shakespeare. So let's do this. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. No, hold on. Let's get this right. I'm not an actor, you know I'm not. But this is MacBeth. It deserves to be read with some dignity. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Okay, that's MacBeth. The way I interpret that is that most of what we perceive of as information and even life experience is meaningless because the long run ends up dominating the short run. It's astonishing that everything worth doing is hard, everything worth doing is difficult, and we get all these inputs. The media is a bunch of strangling parrots. The media is a bunch of shrieking chimpanzees. They're on LSD. They're out of their minds. They're just shrieking. How about Wall Street? Wall Street's not our friends. Wall Street would pimp us out for a cheap dime, okay? So we have to face this world alone. And so much of what we feel and experience in the short run is meaningless. That's brutal. We really are more concerned with long-term investment success than short-term killings. We know from watching people like Warren Buffett and other people that Jean-Marie Avillard, etc., that long-term wealth matters. We also know that losing catastrophically is an unwise act because losing big and winning big are strategies that don't happen too often and aren't really fully recoverable. So our goal is to prevent catastrophic loss, which means permanent loss of principal. So real market change drags on in its petty pace from day to day, and it's super slow. And then all of a sudden some news happens and it's super fast. Things really get rolling. And it seems like it's random, but it's not. We can see it coming, but we can't tell when. We're in that right now with the bond markets and interest rates. We're in that with inflation. And what we know is that interest rates have gone up, partially artificially and partially due to market forces as people realize that there is too much debt out there, as we've been saying. And you and I have taken some losses in our bond mutual funds, but they aren't catastrophic and they aren't nearly as big as the bigger bond market has experienced. But we've taken some hits. So now is the time to go back to some more Shakespeare. Now is the time of our discontent, the winter of our discontent. Now is when we are frustrated and the media keeps piling it on and it feels like we're in a world war, which we might be. And it's frustrating and people are impatient and angry, and yet we know that long term is what matters. So, what do I think is really going to happen? Is there a secret solution? No, I don't think there's a secret solution. I really don't. I don't think there's a magic bullet or a secret Ouija ball or whatever. What I do think is going to happen is that the most likely thing is still going to happen. And I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then it's not catastrophic because we haven't skewed the portfolio that radically. So we'll lag, our portfolios will lag, but we won't miss out if the market keeps going up. Most likely outcome is rising interest rates for a time or high interest rates for a time, followed by a period where we enter some sort of recession. There are natural limits to all of this. Inflation cannot go on forever. I've gone over and over that. Interest rates cannot go up forever and ever because the economy will simply fall on its face. So there's limits to all of this. At some point, there will be a recession if the most likely outcome happens. When that occurs, the stock market usually goes down, at least in part, due to valuation issues. When that happens, interest rates go down, and thus bonds go up, sometimes radically. That's what's most likely to happen. Can I guarantee it? Absolutely not. I've been hearing lately that some of you are pretty unhappy and pretty angry about this, and it is a patience issue. And as I think back, I remember I have been wrong. I was wrong in 2011 when I thought the stock market was going to go down, and it didn't. But since we hadn't allocated much, we lagged a bit, but not catastrophically. I was right with the expectation that the most likely thing will happen in 2000 and 2007, and what I remember in 1987, if you want to go way back, and what I remember about these was the fact that clients got angry, clients got unhappy, clients pounded the table. They said, "You don't know what you're doing." And then I did know what I was doing. A couple of years later. It took years. And in the meantime, people who didn't pay attention to that, who really got aggressive, who tried the magic bullet solution of if I pick this stock, that will win, lost big, sometimes catastrophically if they sold out. So I've been here before. Clients getting unhappy is actually part of the normal phenomenon. Like you, I am stressed. I am very unhappy at how long this is taking. There's an old poster I remember from the Marine Corps, and it's "Patience, my blank, I want to kill something." That's kind of the way I feel. Patience, my blank, I want to find bargains. Right now there are bargains. They're in the long bond side. I worry about credit quality, so I'm not buying corporates. I'm still buying treasuries, but only a small portion for everybody's portfolio because I don't want to bet the farm. Again, we want to avoid that catastrophic loss. But there's bargains. There's bargains out there, but they're dangerous. And part of the buying process is that when you buy, you don't get the bottom, and that means that there's losses in the short term as you try to find that bottom, and as you buy, there's short-term losses, and some people get unhappy about that, but that's just how bargain investing works. So here we are. The thing that's different this year is that this time people are telling me it's because I'm old. I'm perfectly healthy and I intend to work for years more. I love my life and I like my job, but I'm hearing concerns about my age. I'm 69 and good health. So we're trying to figure out what to do about that. How do we address that genuine issue? Clients are concerned because the client's well-being, your well-being, is what's uppermost here. You've got to be able to sleep at night. You've got to be comfortable with what I'm doing. Your long-term success for you and for your descendants is what dominates my thoughts. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to buy strategic bargains, and that's what we're looking for. Meanwhile, it's Veterans Day. Thanks to all the veterans out there. Fall's here. We're about to go into the holiday season, so let's make the most of it. Do call if you have questions or comments about this. I really want to hear if you're worried or concerned. I've heard from some people already. Watch out for the platoon of monkeys on LSD that comprise our media. Watch out for Wall Street, because they'll never call a market top. They'll always say things are just fine, thank you very much. We're just going to have to be patient and press on. So enjoy fall and blessings.